Renegade Immortal Episode 100. To recap from last time, as we know from Renegade Immortal, Su Ligua, the sword soul of the celestial sword, is a highly sought-after prize in the Vermilion Bird Tomb. Not only do countless sword souls treat him with respect, but a mysterious curved blade has also appeared, intending to snatch him away from Wang Lin. As the curved blade's aura approached, Wang Lin was thrown back by a tremendous force. He hadn't expected its power to be comparable to a full-powered strike from a late-stage soul transformation cultivator. Realizing the dire situation, Wang Lin decisively chose to flee. Just then, a divine thought emanated from the curved blade, causing all the swords on the ground to instantly rise and chase after Wang Lin. A dense swarm of swords quickly gathered behind him, creating a spectacle with such immense momentum that it was noticed by cultivators dozens of kilometers away. Despite the overwhelming and chilling intent of the sword auras, Wang Lin only used the celestial sword to defend himself when the curved blade's specific aura drew near. Suddenly, he spotted two rapidly flying beams of light ahead and with a single glance, recognized one of the individuals.
Broder ou Dontron. Ouais formeux.
Hearing this, Zhou Wutai's expression darkened as he thought, what bad luck. Meanwhile, the woman in purple beside him showed a flash of fear in her eyes upon seeing Wang Lin. The three of them flew at maximum speed. After the time it takes for 3 incense sticks to burn, they could faintly see the edge of the basin. However, at that point, the dense swarm of swords stopped and hovered, while only the curved blade continued its pursuit of Wang Lin. Unbeknownst to them, the moment the curved blade left the basin, its speed surged dramatically. It shot past Zhou Wutai in the blink of an eye, leaving him utterly terrified. With his level of cultivation, he hadn't detected its presence at all as it passed. What kind of spiritual treasure is this, he wondered. Its speed is incredible, at least dozens of times faster than before. Soon after, the curved blade caught up with Wang Lin. A voice commanded, "Hand him over." Following a loud bang, the blade's aura struck. Although Wang Lin instantly teleported 1,000 zhong away, a wound still appeared on his left arm. His figure flashed again, reappearing 100 li away. Wang Lin thought to himself, I must obtain this item. He then said, Su Ligua, you'll have to put up with this for a while.
After I retrieve my life soul, he will definitely come back and save you.
With that said, Wang Lin waved his right hand, throwing Su Ligua into the air. The curved blade instantly appeared beside Su Ligua, who cried out, Ah master. You must not forget to save me. After some consideration, Wang Lin decided not to get entangled with the curved blade. His top priority, after all, was retrieving his life soul. However, on his way to Spirit Mountain, he encountered Hong Dai once again. Although Wang Lin already knew of Hong Dai's ordeal, he couldn't help but feel emotional seeing his once formidable rival in such a pitiable state. Chen Feng, Wang Lin called out. A voice, presumably Chen Feng's, replied, Come out, Tsang Niu. I have no time to deal with you today. Since you old friends are reunited, you should catch up for a while.
Wait until I retrieve my life soul, and then I'll come back to deal with you.
After Chen Feng finished speaking, the vacant look in Hong Dai's eyes vanished, replaced by a strong will to fight. The red longsword in her hand was swung fiercely, its ferocious momentum transforming it into a streak of red light that shot straight towards the point between Wang Lin's eyebrows. Seeing this, Wang Lin retreated rapidly while summoning his restrictions. With a single thought, countless restrictions interwove to form a barrier in front of him. The red streak of light slammed violently against the layers of the barrier, erupting with a deafening roar. Immediately after, Hong Dai's figure appeared before Wang Lin like a phantom, and she managed to utter, Kill me. Upon hearing her words, Wang Lin's heart trembled. He realized that Hong Dai's consciousness had not been completely wiped out, she still retained a sliver of her own mind. It was this fragment of her true self that was compelling her to choose death over living in such a humiliating manner.
Tsang Niu, do it.
Inside the Vermilion Bird Tomb, Wang Lin finds himself fighting Hong Dai again, but this time, he is surprised to find that she is determined to die. In the end, she even leaves the Kunji whip for brother Motzi, Wang Lin. Picking up from last time, Hong Dai pleaded, Do it. Kill me. I, Hong Dai, would rather die than live in humiliation. Hong Dai, Wang Lin replied, I'll grant you your wish. With those words, Wang Lin leaped, and his war axe struck towards Hong Dai like a bolt of lightning. In that final moment, there was no will to fight in Hong Dai's eyes. Instead, a smile of pure joy, a rare sight for her, formed on her lips. As her life ended, she seemed to see her master. In her vision, the figure of a young man also appeared, looking at her with eyes full of love, the same man who didn't hesitate to steal the Kunji whip for her sake, willing even to sacrifice his life. Master, she thought, you foresaw my conviction, but unfortunately you couldn't foresee Qian Feng, the one who brought this tribulation upon me. As the thought faded, the war axe passed directly through her body. With a bang, Hong Dai dissolved into a mist of blood. After her death, she left Wang Lin a jade slip and the Kunji whip. The jade slip recorded the secrets of Qian Feng's domain, revealing that when he devoured the domains of others, it wasn't for the domains themselves but for the fleeting opportunity to experience a sliver of communication with the heavenly Tao. As for the Kunji whip, although it carried the divine sense of a soul-ascendant cultivator, it was not a difficult matter for Wang Lin to destroy it with his billion-soul banner. After taking care of these matters, Wang Lin flashed away, speeding towards Spirit Mountain. He was unaware that many cultivators had already gathered there, including a man named Mo Lihai. Although Mo Lihai was only at the late-stage soul transformation realm, Yun Kezi sensed something strange about him. This person, Yun Kezi thought, is definitely not from planet Vermilion Bird. Based on Yun Kezi's knowledge, the gate at the peak of Spirit Mountain was the only way to the first-generation Vermilion Bird's tomb, where the coveted cultivation heart metal was hidden. However, entering this gate was impossible without the cultivation heart. The only hope was to wait for it to crack to a certain extent, which might create a chance to enter. Not long after, 3 streaks of light sped over from the horizon. Just as they were about to arrive, the entire Spirit Mountain began to tremble violently. The gate to the passage, in particular, suddenly split open with a large crack. The tremor lasted for 30 breaths, and in that short time, the area outside the Vermilion Bird tomb was reduced to a void. As the cultivation heart shattered once more, the cracks on the giant gate multiplied. As more and more cultivators gathered, a woman with her face veiled in purple walked to Yun Kezi's side. The moment Qian Feng saw this woman, a killing intent flashed across his face. The newcomer was Zixing. Qian Feng gave her a gloomy glance, then sneered and closed his eyes. At that moment, a figure rose from below Spirit Mountain and landed on the summit. Qian Feng's eyes snapped open, a gleam flashing within them, while a knowing smile curled on Yun Kezi's lips. The person who had arrived was none other than Wang Lin. He looked quite disheveled, having been caught in the tomb's tremor on his way up the mountain, which had forced him to dig a cave to hide in. A moment later, Wang Lin gave a bitter smile and said, "Junior greets senior." He then patted his bag of holding, and one by one, wooden carvings flew out. Without exception, they were all carvings of the same handsome young man. "Senior," Wang Lin reported, "this junior has completed the task you entrusted to me." Yun Kezi gave Wang Lin a faint glance and without saying much, turned his gaze back to the giant gate in the void. Wang Lin had no interest in finding out how Yun Kezi was able to enter this place. His only goal now was to retrieve his life soul and leave planet Vermilion Bird. Picking up from last time, as we all know, in Renegade Immortal, Wang Lin had just given Yun Kezi the 100 carvings he had promised him within the Vermilion Bird tomb. This was considered repayment for Yun Kezi's past favor regarding the domain. However, at that moment, a graceful figure suddenly appeared at the peak of Spirit Mountain. While to everyone else, the woman's face was like that of a fairy, Wang Lin's expression immediately darkened as soon as he saw her. Unbeknownst to him, Lu Mei had come precisely for Wang Lin. "I do not wish to be disturbed." "Go away," Wang Lin said coldly. Not giving up, Lu Mei pressed on, "Then what about Li Muan? What is she to you?" Hearing these words, a flash of killing intent appeared in Wang Lin's eyes. "Even if your domain is perfected, in front of me, taking your life is as easy as turning over my hand. Don't seek your own death." It turned out Lu Mei's words were meant to shake Wang Lin's Tao heart. But she didn't know that Li Muan was not just Wang Lin's Tao heart, she was also his reverse scale. If not for the wrong timing, Wang Lin would have long since unleashed his soul banner and sent Lu Mei to her grave. Knowing her place, Lu Mei didn't continue to pester him and walked straight towards Qian Feng. At this moment, however, Wang Lin inadvertently glimpsed an old man showing him a sinister smile. If it were just that, it would have been fine, but this particular smile felt incredibly familiar. In the over 600 years since Wang Lin began cultivating, he had met countless opponents, but there was only one person whose smile alone could make his heart grow cold. That's right, it was Tuo Sen, the ancient god from the land of the ancient god. Thinking of this, Wang Lin lowered his head, feeling a bone-chilling cold all over. Just then, a violent tremor once again shook the peak of Spirit Mountain. This was the third collapse, and its power was even more terrifying than before. The Vermilion Bird tomb was struck by what seemed like a devastating catastrophe, with large areas collapsing into nothingness. On planet Vermilion Bird, both mortals and cultivators began to face the fate of extinction. With the continuous collapse of the cultivation heart metal, the entire planet was destined to become a silent hell. Meanwhile, back at the peak of Spirit Mountain, Yun Kezi instantly appeared next to the giant gate. A straw hat had appeared in his hand at some point. He slapped his right hand forward, and the straw hat turned into countless runes that rushed toward the gate. Seeing this, the two immortal clan sorcerers also acted simultaneously. In an instant, a rumbling sound made everyone's ears ache as the cracks on the giant gate spread rapidly at a speed visible to the naked eye. But just then the sinister old man spat out two words: gluttony. As he spoke, the eyes of the two immortal clan members, who were attacking the giant gate with all their might, flashed with a strange demonic light. The next second, with a bang, they directly turned into two mists of blood. Witnessing this, Wang Lin instantly understood. This was the Six Desires heavenly devil art of the Six Desires devil lord. At the same time, Yun Kezi gave the sinister old man a cold glance before pressing both his hands onto the giant gate. With a loud bang, a large section of the gate at the cracks collapsed. Seeing his chance, Yun Kezi turned into a streak of light and instantly slipped through the opening. The sinister old man followed close behind, also disappearing into the crack. Following them, everyone on Spirit Mountain vied to rush towards the opening. Wang Lin was the fourth to enter. Upon entering the Spirit Mountain gate, he found himself before a golden ocean. At the far end of this ocean stood a dark golden island, and on that island was a palace. Yun Kezi flew directly towards the island, with the sinister old man in hot pursuit. But when the old man was less than 30 zhong away from Yun Kezi, the eyes of the little monkey on his shoulder immediately flashed with a red light. Just then, a dazzling golden light shot out from the palace. Immediately after, Yun Kezi was seen flying out of the palace in a sorry state, as if he had suffered a heavy blow. The little monkey also screeched a few times and flew out. Its speed was extremely fast, but instead of returning to the old man, it floated in mid-air, baring its teeth and staring at the palace. At that time, a large man in golden armor walked out from amid the brilliant light. He held a large golden sword, and his gaze was like a torch as he coldly swept it over everyone. Then, with a wave of his greatsword, the entire island was instantly submerged by waves.
Without a word, Yun Kezi plunged into the ocean.
However, the golden-armored man swept his greatsword again. A sword aura over 100 zhong long charged towards Yun Kezi like a roaring giant dragon. Seeing this, Yun Kezi pointed his right hand into the void. A streak of light quickly condensed in his hand and met the sword aura head-on. After a deafening bang, Yun Kezi's figure suddenly dove deep into the seabed and disappeared. The golden-armored man did not pursue him. Instead, he turned his gaze to the little monkey that had flown out earlier. The golden-armored man swung his right hand again, but just as he was about to strike. Next episode. Fellow Taoists, please don't be stingy with your likes. We'll continue in the next episode.